practicing for the performance of his life. In a few weeks, Yu Deshui will be taking part in a concert. Music is his passion, performing his dream. But a few years ago, he never imagined he'd have the chance.
I had a hard time living with my stepmother for 4 years. She never took care of me. My father was out of the city, and I had to rely on myself. I was hopeless, and there was a time I tried to kill myself by burning the whole house down, but my stepmother stopped me and then kicked me out.
Yu was born with myasthenia, a muscle disease that has left him weak and paralyzed from the waist down. Too old to go into China's adoption system after he was kicked out, Yu spent 2 years living on the streets in Langfang, near Tianjin, until a kind-hearted volunteer brought him to Guanai School, an orphanage now based in northern Beijing.
I'm a different person now. I used to be silly, hopeless, and lost. But now I know what I want. I know what I'm living for. I found myself. This is my home. My heart is warm when I'm here.
Yu isn't the only special needs person at Guanai School. 8 months ago, Sun Xiaoyun came to live here too. Burned in a fire that killed his father and paralyzed his mother, Xiaoyun, Chinese for little cloud, is otherwise a healthy boy. But his charred skin has made him undesirable for most families who want to adopt. Guanai School's founder and principal, Shi Qinghua, however, took him in. Principal Shi started Guanai School 9 years ago because he didn't want any children to experience the hardships of not having a home. It started as a small care center with 7 orphans, but has since expanded and is now home to more than 100. That wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the government's help. But Principal Shi says authorities still need to do more, especially when it comes to the special needs kids.
The biggest challenge for the school is unstable financial support. I hope the government can strengthen the implementation of relevant policies on protecting special needs children to help maximize the children's interests.
According to the Chinese government, between 4 to 6% of babies are born with special needs, some physical, others mental. Since the 1990s, the government has passed a series of laws and regulations to protect these children, and many free programs have been established to help them. But with as many as 700,000 orphans under the age of 18 and no one government body specialized in helping special needs children, policymaking and implementation is difficult and slow. Thousands of special needs children all across China are placed in orphanages like this. And although they have food and shelter here, many are not getting the proper therapy and medical treatment they need. Although a few have been much luckier. Sitting in a chair on her own is a simple task for most 6-year-old girls. But for Carissa, this was once impossible. She was born with spina bifida, a defect in which her backbone did not fully grow around her spine. As a result, she's unable to walk and can barely move her arms and legs. Carissa's parents left her in an orphanage in Jiangxi province in southern China shortly after she was born. And when she arrived here, at age 2.5, she couldn't even hold up her head. But after 2 surgeries and 3.5 years of daily massage treatment, Carissa's made some giant strides. She's among about 80 special needs children at Shepherd's Field, an orphanage in Tianjin. Children here suffer from birth defects like cleft palates, spinal conditions, and mental disabilities. Most suffer from heart conditions that parents simply couldn't afford to treat. But they've all gotten the medical attention they needed because of this man, Tim Baker, or Tim Baba, as the kids call him.
Your name is Elizabeth. What's my name? Tim Baba. Okay, that's a good name.
An American from Texas, he and his wife Pam came here 20 years ago to teach English, but quickly got involved with special needs kids. They started a foster home for children in 2006. Like Guanai School, it started out small, but through private donations and government assistance. Today, it's expanded into a campus with 6 houses where the children live, a school, a therapy center, and a dining hall. About 3,000 children have gone through Shepherd's Field through the years. Many have been adopted by families from overseas.
Oh, that's Yeah, the adopted kids, that's a mixed feeling because on the one hand, if they've been here a long time, you feel a little sad, right? Because you're never going to see them again, maybe. But on the other hand, it's a very happy day because that's the ultimate goal, is to have that forever family, a family of their very own. And when the kids have surgery, it's the same kind of thing. It's always a happy day when they come back from a successful surgery from Beijing or Tianjin or some other part of China.
Baker says he can understand why so many parents have abandoned their special needs children. With the lack of education and money, many feel they have no other choice. But he encourages parents of newborns with special needs to seek the increasing number of government programs designed to help them. Is a message echoed by Principal Shi at Guangai School.
Parents have the responsibility to take care of their children. No matter how hard their lives would be, their children should not be the victim. Difficulties are always temporary. Parents need to face them with an active attitude and do all they can to deal with the problems. They need to stay with their children and give them their love.
It's something Yu Deshui one day hopes to feel. Guangai School has given him a home and love, but he still wants to find his father, who left him all those years ago.
If there's one day I could find my father and talk to him, I'd tell him he's still my father, no matter what. If he's willing to accept me as his son, I'd like to live with him again.
But Yu doesn't have much time left. His condition is eating away at his muscles. He gets weaker every day. He may never see his father again, but on July 14th, at least one dream will come true. Yu will be the star of the concert organized by the school. He gave us a preview of the song he's composed on his own and will perform. It's called Presence of Love. What Yu never got from his parents, he's found at Guangai School. And he wants everyone to know that he's grateful.
蓝天上飘着白的云，我是天空中的小鸟。每一天，每一夜，我找寻自己的方向。没有爱，世界就不会光彩夺目。因为有爱，世界就会不一样。用心去。
For World Insight, I'm Tang in Beijing.